here at Nashville Children's Theater and the director of The Old Man and the Old Moon. We are so happy to have you here for our closing performance of this show. This is a really beautiful show, and I'm so proud and pleased to be a part of this. Truly, it took everybody to make this thing happen. How many of you have seen it before? Okay, but we've got some who haven't, and that's awesome. Okay, so just to let you know, and also to let the people who have seen it, this piece originally was a devised piece, which means it was created by the people who wrote it, and in a like a collaborative way. And what they do in the script during moments like you will see, it just says via theatrical sequence, and then like one sentence. This happens. And the cast and the musicians and all of us got to kind of play and create with the designers to make these theatrical sequences. So you're seeing a version of the show that will never happen anywhere else. And it's really exciting because all of these brains in this room helped make this happen, and it's a really beautiful thing. So I'm really happy that you were all here to see it. Now, Nashville Children's Theater really loves celebrating, okay? And I have celebrated people every single night, but I wanted to just celebrate two more people, if you will indulge me. One of these people is our lighting designer. And for the people who have already seen this show, you already know how beautiful the lights are in this show. Taylor is an unbelievable lighting designer, and I would not do anything without them if I had the opportunity to not. Like, it's up to Taylor's schedule. I will always work with them. They're an unbelievable artist, and it's amazing the work that they've done specifically on the show. Can we give a round of applause for Taylor? And the last person that I also needed to thank was Miss Alicia Fuss. Alicia was our shadow puppet director. She created literally all of those pieces that you will see and have seen, and made this beautiful magic, and also the fact that she's a perfect educator, an unbelievable educator. She was able to teach and train these young people how to make those shadow puppets come to life. And she's an incredible woman, and we're so thankful that she is a part of our lives, and I just want to say a huge thank you to Alicia. Yeah. So all of the things happen on this stage, everything you hear, everything you see is created by the young people. All sounds, all shadows, all of that is created 100% by the young people, and that's such an amazing feat for this show. But in that being said, please make sure that you take out your phones and put them on silent, so no sounds from the audience come up onto the stage. And then also any beep booping devices. Cool. I have to have my phone in my back pocket because I'm wearing jeans. All right, some of you know what that means. In the back of the auditorium, we have our sensory room. Our sensory room is the place where anybody can go if they need to regulate their bodies or their minds. We have so many different things back there to support so many different people. So if you need to go back there to regulate yourself or have a young person with you that needs to regulate themselves, please go on back into the sensory room, use it, let us know how you like it. And we're so thankful to have it because it makes literally every single space, every single show here at Nashville Children's Theater sensory friendly. And this is one of the only places in the country that has a space like that that includes people as opposed to excluding people for being themselves. So we're really happy about that space. Yeah. Exits are to your front, left and right, and then also up the back of the alley. And your young people will come out into the audience at the end of the show to take pictures and so on. But we also wanted to acknowledge that Nashville Children's Theater was built on lands that were taken from their indigenous people, the Yuchi, Shawnee, Cherokee, Chickasaw, and Choctaw. And understanding the lasting effects of colonization is one of the first steps in understanding how all of that went down and how that is continuing to affect us today. So you can learn more by visiting native-land.ca if you don't live in Nashville to find out of the indigenous people that live in the place that you currently call home. Now, this is our last and final thing that we have in the summer. So this literally closes summer of 2023, okay? And what we do during the summer and at all times at NCT is we do a thing called a power clap. A power clap is one singular sensational clap that lets everybody know how much we love them, care about them, and support them. And I want this audience, this is their last show. Give them all of your energy, give them your laughter, give them your applause, give them your tears, give them all of the things that you have. Don't be reserved. They deserve it. And just feel your feelings, you know what I mean? And send them on out to them because they really, really have worked so hard on the show. But how we do a power clap is we're going to bring up our hands just like this. All right, here we go. Some people call them jazz hands, some people call them spirit fingers, whatever you call them. Bring up those hands, and whatever your body can do is exactly right. So if you can only bring up your hands just like this, or all the way up here, it doesn't matter, because you're still participating in this amazing, amazing tradition we have at NCT. All right, here we go. On the count of 3, we're going to give one singular clap. 1, 2, 3. That was awesome. That was an excellent, excellent closing power clap to the summer of 2023. And now, without further ado, the old man and the old moon.
I snuck from your window, and sooner was racing. I ran to the willow, I followed the sun from the stone. I followed the sun. Seen the moon tonight? It's waning. A 3/4 moon. Like a coin held between your thumb and forefinger. Now me, I'm partial to a full moon. The kind of moon that draws you in until it's all you can see. Do you know, there was a time when the moon was always full. Not just once a month, mind you, but every single night. And how it came to be the way we know it now, well, that is quite the story. You see, most stories you hear have a start and an end. That way you can put a hand on either side and carry it with you when it's done. But this story don't have a start nor an end. It's hard to carry. This is a story that is endless, and once you've heard it, you're all wrapped up in it, and it's bound to carry you. But I've got to start somewhere, so I'll start right here. There once was an old man whose job it was to fill the moon. You see, there's a leak in the moon. It's very small, and the light goes dribbling out. Falls about 100 miles, give or take, and lands in a wee bucket hung at the side of a cliff below. And it was the old man's job to take that bucket and leave his little cottage by the cliffside every day. Climb up into the sky. To keep the moon filled to its brim.
There you go. Nighty-night.
This had been the old man's job for a very, very long time. So long a time, in fact, that if you were to ask him, "Where did you get your job?" he'd not have an answer for you. Truth was, he couldn't remember, and neither could his wife.
I'm back, love. You're just in time to help with supper. Is it fish? And I thought you'd never guess.
Oh, no surprises between us.
No. No, there aren't, are there?
I wish I could say the same for the moon, though. 3 new dings in her I found today. Nothing bad, mind you, just more work for me.
Well, don't get very comfortable. I'll need your help with the fish.
I've been working all day. You don't need my help.
Sure I do. Look, you see here? There's a bone here. Are you looking?
Aye.
There's a bone here. You see this one with the black ends on it? When you pull it, both sides, the whole fish comes apart, just like that.
Aye.
Only I can't do it alone. I need your help.
You need my help breaking that wee little fish bone.
I need your help to make the wish. It's a wishbone.
Can't you see I'm busy, love? I'm polishing my moon tools, eh?
Go on, then. Let you make your own supper tomorrow.
Hey, be careful what you wish for. That's a pretty tune. What is it?
I don't know. Just a melody came to my mind while I was out catching supper. Now I can't seem to be rid of it.
Familiar, ain't it?
Aye, it is. Reminds me of something, somewhere we've been. Now, put that down and eat your supper.
Aye, aye, Captain. It's good. Good and salty.
How do you feel about dancing?
No,
Why not?
we haven't any music here.
They've music in town.
What town?
Sure, the one down by the way, the town. We'll walk there. A nice long walk is good after supper. Keeps us young.
I've been walking all day.
We could take the boat, right along the shore.
By boat? No thanks, thanks very much.
I do wish you'd go sailing with me.
A man's not a fish. He wasn't made to stand on water.
Neither was a fish, you fool.
What would happen if I drowned? Do you know what would happen if I drowned and the moon ran empty?
The same old song you always sing. No, I don't. Do you even know yourself?
Something terrible, you can be sure.
To town, then! No further. We'll be back before the moon's lost more than a drop of light.
No, thank you.
Your wife's asking you to go on an adventure with her, old man. Will you so curtly say her nay?
You can keep the sea for yourself.
And I will, too. Someday, I'll take that sailboat and go west, all the way to the end of the world.
The end of the world. We haven't even been to town.
Come with me, so.
We'll see, we'll see.
Do you remember the day we met?
No, I don't.
No. No, me neither. Well, doesn't that bother you?
Oh, I don't know. There's worse things than forgetting.
Are there?
Familiar, ain't it? Well, I'm off to bed. Love?
There is no force on earth, be it electric, hydraulic, or whatever you call the other one for wind, that comes even near close to matching the power of memory. Memory. That is the most powerful thing.
There it is again.
What, love?
Don't you hear it?
Hear what?
Do you not hear it?
You're dreaming.
But how do I know it? Where do I know it from?
Come back to bed.
Memory can last a long time, centuries, eons. It burns low like a coal fire, cool and low so that you hardly pay it notice, until one day it sparks up and sets your mind to light. And that's just what happened to the old woman. A memory, a melody came into her mind. It sparked quick, and before she knew it, she was following a flame. And so it was that the old man awoke in the middle of the night to find his wife had gone.
Love, where are you? Love? Where'd you go, love? The boat! She took the boat! What is she doing? Where are you going? Right, to town, is it? And I'm just meant to dive in here and swim after you? Love, if you're upset, if you're angry, I understand. Well, no, I don't understand, but I'll pretend to understand. Right. You go your own way then, and I'll walk to town and meet you there. I'll be back by the end of the day. Keep an eye on yourself, eh? No reason to worry. everyone. Don't suppose you've seen my wife?
Breakfast chicken, ounces by the penny. Breakfast chicken, better than breakfast fish.
Excuse me.
It's full of butter. Breakfast fish. It's the new breakfast chicken. Breakfast fish. Yes. Breakfast fish.
Careful now, look where you're going, boy. Don't apologize to me. Very decent to you, miss. Now get your feet moving, boy. These ships will start themselves.
Excuse me. Have you seen a woman my age? She would have sailed in here this morning. Have you seen her?
Have I seen her? She came into my shop this morning and bought up my entire stock.
Your entire stock? Whatever for?
She said she was sailing west and didn't know when she'd return.
She's going further west? An old woman sailing by herself and you didn't think to stop her?
Hey, sorry, sir. She seemed sure of what she was doing. I don't think I could have stopped her even if I tried.
What are you doing, love?
Listen, if you're going to try and catch her, you're going to need a boat.
A boat? Where am I supposed to get a boat?
Well, you could try here. It says boat shop.
Yes.
I'd like to charter a boat.
Very good. Have a seat.
It doesn't have to be a very big boat. Just seaworthy is all, and maybe it doesn't rock as much. Right, sorry. It's just I'm in a bit of a hurry.
A boat will be difficult. There's a war on.
There is? With who?
Well, the other side, of course. But we'll see what we can do.
Wonderful.
Money?
Oh, yes. That's all I have.
Lovely. We'll set you up straight away. Mickey!
Yes, sir, Mr. Daventry.
Set this gentleman up with the prince's paddle.
Right away, sir, Mr. Daventry.
Funny name for a ship.
There you are, sir. Happy travels.
Thanks very much. And the boat?
Well, that's up to you.
What do you mean? I paid for a boat.
Not with 3 brass coins, you didn't. Even that paddle's worth 4. Come along, Mickey. That's the last of our merchandise. We're closing shop.
Yes, sir, Mr. Daventry.
What am I supposed to do with just a...
I don't know. Oh, yes, here. Take this hat. Consider it a gift. You're our very last customer after all.
Oh, wait, that's my hat. It was my grandfather's.
Mickey! What am I always telling you? You have 5 words to live by. The customer is always right.
Is always right.
I can't go to sea in just a hat.
Wrong. You can, if you're very small. Best of. Mickey?
Please, don't lose that.
Damn it all, she'll be halfway to the end of the world by now.
That's the way, lads. The faster to ship, the faster to sea.
The faster to war.
The spirit, Mr. Callahan. Mr. Mabaloo, you could do with a bit of Mr. Callahan's vinegar.
Oh, I've got plenty of vinegar, Mr. Matheson, sir. I'm just saving mine for later.
Hey, to sprinkle on your fish and chips, is it?
Oh, keep a move on. We're the last boat out of the city. The war will be over by the time we arrive.
Excuse me.
Not now, old man. These are men with blood in their eyes! Right, Len?
Aye! Can I come with you? I don't take up much space, but please, can I come with you?
Bit old to be fighting, nature.
Bit old to be breathing, really.
Hang on. I know this hat. Oh, do you? What's its name? Hattie? Oh, come on now, that's funny! This emblem is the sign of the 14th Naval Infantry. But they were all wiped out in the Battle of Whiskey River during the First Colonial War. All except one.
Who? Pericles Llewellyn McWallander.
Aye, First Naval Lieutenant Pericles Llewellyn McWallander, hero of the Imperial Fleet. I'm named after him.
Llewellyn.
Nothing could stop old Perry Stout of Heart. He was the greatest adventurer ever to sail the seas.
How in the name of God's own goat did you get that hat, old man?
I am Pericles Llewellyn McSalamander.
McWallander.
Right, that's me.
Unbelievable! It is truly an honor to meet you. Mr. Matheson, we have to bring him along. He's charmed. Right?
A hero of the Imperial Fleet?
Uh-huh.
Of course he'll come with us. We'd be fools not to take him.
Oh, come aboard, Lieutenant.
Right. It's just been a while since I've been on the sea.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure it hasn't changed much.
From sea to sea to shining sea, our nation's banner soars, and underneath majestically, we sail our ship to war. Sailors are we, whose lives are pledged. Born to be free, we'll march on to the dregs.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Afternoon, Captain.
How stands the ship, Mr. Matheson?
She's got her legs, Captain.
And the wind?
Strong and true, Captain.
And the crew, Mr. Matheson?
Yours to command.
Lads, yet again we find ourselves bound to each other by duty. We set sail for unfriendly seas to put our very lives on the line for king and country. But we are no strangers to peril, are we?
No, sir.
No, indeed. Why, Mr. Callahan, you fought your way out of a tavern brawl just last night. Isn't that so?
Well, I caused it, really.
And I'm sure you fought quite admirably. Young Master Llewellyn, never once have I seen you quail at the sight of stormy seas.
Not me, sir.
And I have terrible nightmares almost every night, and I always survive them.
Very good, Mr. Mabaloo. Lads, doubt not that we will encounter great danger, and doubt also not that we will overcome that great danger, and be met with still greater danger, which once overcome will give way to the greatest reward of all. Glory, men! Eternal glory!
Glory!
That is what witness for us at the end of this war. And so tell me, gentlemen, will you follow me to the south?
South!
South?
South!
But I need to go west.
Who's hungry?
Cookie!
Down to mess deck me body beauties. I've cooked you such a meal that's never been ate before.
Wait, I don't understand. Why aren't we going west?
Well, the war is in the south. And let me just say, sir, if even half the stories about you are true, then you're an inspiration to us all.
What's your name, lad?
Llewellyn, sir. After your middle name, sir.
Right, of course. Well then, Llewellyn, what exactly is your, post?
Quartermaster, sir.
Quartermaster, and you enjoy that, don't you? Keeping care of the quarters?
I'm in charge of the acquisition and distribution of provisions, nightly bridge watch, and acting helmsman when Matheson needs me.
Right. And who exactly would be in charge of steering the ship, deciding which way it goes, that sort of thing?
Well, the captain, I suppose. But I've got my own work to worry about. Never forget your post, my mother would always say. Or you'll be worse off than a cat in a canoe. That's true.
Okay.
Huh. That's strange.
What is?
Don't the moon look kind of different tonight? Like it's losing its light. I wonder what it means.
Don't look at me like that. All I have to do is get this ship westward, catch up to her, and bring her home, and everything will be back to normal. Just don't go doing anything dramatic while I'm gone, do you hear?
And just then, as I peered over the stern, the waters exploded upwards, and from out of the inky depths shot a giant tentacle as big around as the trunk of a sycamore tree, and long and tall as an anchor line. And it wrapped itself around my arm, and it tugged, and it pulled, and it tossed me about like a side of beef. And that, my friends, is how I got the scar on my pinky. Right here. Oh, there he is. Lieutenant!
We saved you the seat of honor.
And we waited for you to start eating.
Dig in!
Oh, Cookie!
There, boys. The first bite's always the hardest.
So, Lieutenant, now that you've had a chance to look around our little ship, what do you think? Does she have it in her to traverse the southern seas?
Everything seems to be in order.
Oh, give us a story, Lieutenant, of your travels to the end of the world.
Oh, I don't have any stories. My wife is the one with the stories, not me. Not any worth telling anyway.
A wise man lets his actions speak for him.
His actions. Or his wife!
Mr. Matheson, will you indulge us?
Mr. Matheson tells the best stories.
Tell us about the one in the cave.
Tell the one about the girls with the nightmares.
Tell the one about the mermaids! It's my favorite.
Go on, go on.
I've got a story. It's about my dog. I had a dog once, and it was the best and the greatest dog in all the world. We were on a trade expedition, uncharted waters, the far north. Cold it was and treacherous. And when the winter came, our ship was becalmed, and we found ourselves trapped in the middle of a freezing sea with no hope of salvation. It didn't take long. We ate through all of our food, and starvation was upon us. Me, I knew what would happen next. Hungry glances them lads were casting towards my pup, and on more than one occasion I heard the mention of spice dog stew and jerk dog sandwiches. So, I did the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I built a little raft, and I put my doggie on it, and set her afloat. And the way she went.
With nothing to eat?
Oh, no. I taught her how to catch a fish.
Wait, why not just have her catch fish for you and your crew then?
Oh my God!
Never mind. What happened to the rest of the crew?
They were swallowed by a giant sea monster. I escaped on an iceberg and managed to reach shore just before it melted completely.
That's a good story, Mabaloo.
Thank you.
Plenty of twists and turns. Hard act to follow, eh, Matheson?
Ah, yes. Now your story, Mr. Matheson.
Well, if our honored guest doesn't want to tell us one of his stories, perhaps he'd allow me to tell one for him?
Of course.
Right. Well, I'm not going to tell you of the time he battled 300 bloodthirsty Vikings while being tied to the mast of his own ship.
Oh, yes, Vikings.
And I won't tell you the admittedly gripping tale of how the lieutenant dove nearly a mile deep to save the life of his first mate.
A mile deep? A mile and a half at least.
I will tell you the story of how the lieutenant disappeared from the world and was never seen again. Until now, of course. As you all know, Lieutenant Pericles Llewellyn McWallander was never an easy man to keep track of. He'd disappear with his crew for months, sometimes years at a time, and would return to our shores laden with treasures and tales of distant lands. But the last time he sailed into the harbor was different. He carried no treasure with him, and instead of returning to the tavern to regale the regulars with stories, he ordered his crew to restock the ship, went home and kissed his wife. She was pregnant at the time, poor woman, and was back on the open seas before the sun could shake hands with the moon. He was sighted only once after that, in the port city of Malafria. The last vestige of civilization to the west. It was there that most of his crew abandoned him, leaving him with only a skeleton crew to sail the ship as they set off into the unknown. In wake of his departure, rumors began to circulate that Pericles had found something at sea. Some spoke of a city at the end of the world, an ancient paradise buried by time. At any rate, the mystery held. And though his wife would go to stand at the edge of the dock every day and wait for his return, the feeling among the people was that they had all seen the last of Pericles Llewellyn McWallander. But it turns out they were wrong. Every one of them, for here sits the man himself, the greatest adventurer to ever live.
Hear, hear!
And may we all be so lucky as to someday hear the tale of your miraculous return.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good to be back. Well, I can't tell you the whole story at this present moment. I can tell you that there is treasure at the end of the world, to the west. The western end of the world. And if you like, I can take you to it. It would be my honor. Whoa!
What do you see?
It's the rebels!
You men, what are you doing this far north? The war's in the south.
We got lost. Shut up. This is a scouting expedition.
Why'd you found us? Have you no decorum, no dignity?
It was an accident. Shut up. It was a warning shot. Have you warned?
While it is against every gentlemanly rule of conduct in war.
any casualties on our end. Callahan?
Alive and well.
Mabaloo?
Still standing.
Cookie?
I.
Ellen, I'm just fine.
And you, Lieutenant? Any nicks or bruises?
No, I'm all right.
Captain!
I'm not long for this role, gentlemen.
Don't say that, Captain. Cookie, you're a doctor.
Not a very good one.
Don't give up, Captain.
Don't go the trouble, lads. A man knows when his time has come. Mr. Matheson, you're the most senior officer on this ship. I leave its command to you.
Aye, sir.
You're in good hands, men. And I, in the hands of oblivion.
Take him below, lads. Put him in his finest uniform and we'll bury him proper. Here in the waters he loved so well.
Aye, aye, sir.
And when the water is as high as to rise above my blinking eye, well then I will go sinking I. And the rain will fall as it does.
Fire.
Excuse me? Mr. Matheson, sir. I beg your pardon. I mean, Captain Matheson, sir.
What is it, Llewellyn?
Well, seeing as how the captain put you in charge of the ship, I was wondering. Now, strictly in your professional opinion, if you knew maybe
What the hell are we gonna do now?
Well, lads, that's a damn good question. The way I see it, we've got ourselves a choice to make.
A choice, sir?
That's right. There are two sides to this coin, so listen up. On one hand, we hold our course south to war, to defend our country, and you can be sure some, if not all of us, won't be making the return trip.
And the other option?
Turn back north now. Run for home and face the consequences awaiting us there.
We're not seriously thinking of continuing on, are we?
It's treason if we turn back now.
But the captain's dead. Without him,
We're as good as dead. No offense, sir.
Then let us die. At least we'd be doing the captain proud.
haven't we made him proud enough?
It's not about that. It's your duty.
Why don't we just stay here?
I don't like your tone.
Lads,
Are you saying I'm a coward?
I'm
Is
saying
that what you're saying?
due to
Because
the
I have
oath
never been
to
in
the oath.
We haven't run out of
We
time.
are
Why
in
do
your
you-
own
Why
way.
do you mean we want to? And I don't want to die.
You might start telling me that
You don't know control of the
Lads,
force.
listen to me.
lads,
Wait.
There's a third side to the coin. The coin has three sides. We can go west,
Why west, Lieutenant?
because that's where the city is. You all know from what Mr. Matheson told you that I led an expedition to find a city at the end of the world. But what you don't know is that I found it. Oh, yes, and it's as ever beautiful as you could ever imagine.
What's it like?
What's it like? Well, it's a city but a very big city with tall buildings all clustered together, and bridges and palaces and light.
What did you say?
There's light in the city. And in the glow of that light, you feel all of the worries of the world melt away. It's a simple place, and a simple feeling, but it's so familiar, but unlike anything. And there's music.
Lieutenant,
Follow me there. I've been looking for a crew to go with me. That's why I followed you. I've had time to study you close, and I can say with certainty that you are just the men for the job. Not one of you is without the courage or tenacity or vinegar to make the journey.
But what happened to your last crew?
They were traitors, cowards, cast me off on a skiff,
all
and
right.
I had to make the rest of this trip myself. They were weak men, not like you.
Not like us.
We've got vinegar. Come with me, I'll lead you to paradise.
Yeah! All right, Lieutenant. We've heard you out, and it's time to take a vote.
No, Mr. Matheson. I don't believe we need to take a vote. See, the captain left you in charge by virtue of you being the most senior officer aboard the ship. But the truth is, you're not the most senior officer. I am. And I say we go west.
A city? At the end of the world?
That's right.
Well, lads, you heard your captain. Westward ho!
Westward ho! A captain wakes at dawn, stares into the eyes of his mates. Fellows, boys, sew your sweaters tight, for we go to our fates. Sail for love, for yours in the sea. The waves they break upon my soul for thee.
And so we were off, and the weeks passed as we followed our new captain's command through the rough waters of the West.
Captain, there's a giant coral reef ahead of us. It could cut us to ribbons. Shall we go around it?
Straight through. We can't afford to veer off course.
But
West, due west.
oh, we made it!
I was right. The moon is losing its light. That can't be good.
What makes you say that?
Just something my mother used to tell me. Red sky at night, sailors delight. Red sky at morn, sailors be warned. But if the moon starts losing its light, well, come to think of it, my mom didn't have a turn of phrase for that. Now that can't be good.
Never mind that. We've got to hurry.
Aye, aye, sir. Back to work then.
Captain, we're fast approaching shark-infested waters. Man-eaters the size of horse carts.
Straight through. They'll get out of the way if they know what's good for them.
But Captain!
Straight through!
Aye, aye, sir. Oh, here they come. Oh, they're hungry, you can just tell. Look at them swarming. There must be dozens of them. Sweet mother of a double on scotch, they're jumping out of the water! Ah! All I'm saying is he's driving us too hard. What's the hurry? I want to know. And he talks to himself. Have you seen it? When he thinks he's alone, he'll start jabbering away. Sometimes he's talking to a woman who isn't there. Sometimes he's just talking to the sky.
Speaking of the sky, have you seen the moon lately? It's nearly half empty now.
I've seen it. It makes my spine shiver.
Something's coming, lads. something bad and ask yourselves, is the captain the man you want leading us through it?
He deserves our trust.
Oh yeah? And why is that exactly?
He's Lieutenant Pericles Llewellyn McWallander, hero of the Imperial Fleet.
Oh, is that who he is? To me, he just looked like some old man.
Gentlemen,
Oh, hello, Mr. Matheson.
And that's how you make a moldy pork stew.
Well, back to work for me.
Good talk, lads.
Do you see what you're making me go through, you mad woman? What is in the West that you're after?
Captain,
Mr. Matheson,
we're not far from Malafria. I suggest giving the men the night.
we're not stopping.
Sir,
That's the last I'll say on the matter.
may I offer some advice?
We haven't the time.
Never take the loyalty of your crew for granted. Better men than you have made that mistake and suffered its consequences.
Is that so?
After all, you're not even a real captain.
What exactly are you saying, Mr. Matheson?
The fact is, I don't know who you are, but you're not who you say.
How long have you known?
Since first you set foot aboard my ship.
Then why in all earthly reason do you allow me to lead you still?
City of the Light. You really have been there, haven't you?
I don't know.
I believe you know more than you know you know. That's why I follow you. But I won't allow you to destroy this ship. Furl the mainsail, lads! We're taking port at Malafria!
Furl the mainsail! So this is Malafria.
The port of no return.
Who'd want to return here?
It's called the Port of No Return because no one sailed beyond it and returned.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Restock the ship and see to the repairs. And the rest of the night's your own.
First round's on Matt Blue.
Oh, it is it?
Don't worry, Captain. I'll keep him in line.
Mr. Matheson?
Not now, old man. Get some rest. You'll need it, whatever comes next.
Rest. There's no time for rest. Don't think I've forgotten about you. She's close. I can feel it. And if anyone had seen her, it has to be here.
Welcome to the Oily Well. What'll you drink?
I'm looking for a woman. My age, she would have come through here. Though I don't think she would have come here.
I haven't seen her.
Are you sure?
I haven't seen a woman in the last 17 years.
I see.
Hang on.
Yes?
18 years. I miscounted.
She may have been disguised. Hooded maybe so you couldn't see her face.
I'm sorry, mate.
Alrighty then. That song! Where did you hear that song?
Oh, no. He doesn't do requests.
No, the song you were just playing.
What, this song?
Ba-bum-bum. Yes!
That's how it ended. I couldn't remember for the life of me.
Right, but where did you hear it? Who told you? What?
Bill, his hat! Look at his hat!
Never mind the hat.
Look at his hat!
What is he going on about?
Where did you get that hat?
For the love of...
How did you find us?
What?
You can't prove a thing, you hear?
I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm looking for my wife.
We've never done nothing but our duty.
Fine.
That man was a bloody lunatic.
A bloody lunatic.
He had no bloody business captaining a ship.
No business at all.
You were part of the lieutenant's crew, weren't you?
I think it's time you better leave.
We can't let him leave, Bill. He knows. He knows who we are, Bill.
Quiet.
He knows what we've done.
Shut it. Who are you then? How much do you know?
I don't know anything. I'm an old man far from home. I don't know anything. I certainly don't know who you are or what plagues your conscience. Please, if you just tell me where you heard that song, you'll never see me or this hat again.
Bill?
Not a word of this to anyone.
Not a word.
Go on. Tell him then.
It was an old woman down by the docks.
She put a coin in his cup before climbing aboard her little boat and setting off. She was humming that song as she left harbor.
How long ago?
A few hours, maybe.
A few hours?
I tried to stop her going further west. I told her of the danger.
Enough.
Even hardened sailors can't brook those waters without losing themselves. Or their souls.
Shut it. If you leave here now, you might be able to catch her.
Thank you. Mr. Matheson, get the men back on the ship.
Captain? The ship's not ready. The lads need to rest.
We don't know when we'll be at port again.
Mr. Matheson, I just spoke to 2 men, former crewmates of... Are you coming with me or not? Time is precious.
Mr. Matheson, sir, the ship's not ready.
We don't know what's out there.
We're not prepared.
And the moon's nearly out of light.
Steady, lads.
Sir, do you trust the captain to lead us to the city?
I cannot be for certain. But the moment is here, and if we let it pass, it might be a lifetime before it comes again.
Oh, he's gone mad.
He's taken us this far, hasn't he?
Luck has taken us this far.
What can be worse than flying sharks?
Why would you even ask that?
Come on, Callahan. We can't stay here.
All this smoke on the horizon, these must be the brimstone narrows, a cluster of extremely active underwater volcanoes. If even one of them erupts, it'll rain down hellfire on us all. Shall we chart
Due west, Mr. Llewellyn, due west.
But sir, it's too dangerous with only a small
Straight
detour.
through.
But Captain!
Stay the course, damn it. How many times must I say stay the course?
Aye, aye, sir.
Sail for love, for yours in the sea. The waves they break upon my soul for thee. Sail for love, for yours in the sea. The waves they break upon my soul for. She's gonna Fire on the bow! Not that fire! Smoke! It's burning up the eyes! I cannot see!
Sails ablaze!
Bring it down and get off the deck!
Fire on the stern!
Cover your eyes and shut your mouth!
Where's Cookie?
Mablu, more water, on my way!
God, grab my damn hand!
More water! Toss it there!
That's the way, lads. We've nearly got it licked.
There. That's the last of it.
Has anyone seen Cookie?
Cookie!
Cookie!
Man overboard!
Cookie!
He's not overboard.
He took the lifeboat.
He's running away?
He's always been terrified of fire.
That's why the food's always undercooked.
Cookie, come back! We put out the fire!
Oh, let him go. He's got the right idea.
What's going on? Where's Cookie?
Dead for all you care.
You can't talk to the captain that way, Callahan.
Oh yeah, and why not?
Callahan.
All I want to know is, what is the plan? All this damn secrecy? He wins us over with talk of paradise and then doesn't speak another word of it. Just drives us like cattle through hell and high water. Oh, sure, we made it through the gauntlet of the fire, but what'll be next? So, what is the plan?
The plan? There is no plan. Keep the ship moving, that's the plan. Do you think I had a plan when I first set out to find the end of the world? I had a direction, that's all, and if that's not enough, I have nothing else for you. I'm the captain, it's my ship, I'm Pericles Llewellyn McSalamander, and I've been through far worse than any of this. I sailed to the end of the world and returned. I survived the Battle of Whiskey River. I fought off 300 bloodthirsty cannibals while tied to my mast. Are you not men? Do you have no courage, no resolve?
Vikings.
What did you say?
You fought off 300 Vikings, not cannibals.
They were Cannibalistic Vikings, how's that?
I've never heard of such a thing.
Why can't you get your own story straight?
Why won't you tell us where we're going?
Why aren't you anything like the stories I've read about you?
Because they aren't his stories.
What?
I served with Lieutenant Pericles Llewellyn McWallander. He was my first captain when I was a boy. I watched him sail out of Malafria.
Wait, he's not him?
Then who is he?
I don't know.
But if you knew, why didn't you tell us?
I like a good story. What can I say?
You lied to me? To us?
All right, I did
You
lie.
made us all risk our lives for the sake of... Well, for what?
Llewellyn,
It's treason to impersonate a military officer. You're a traitor!
Llewellyn!
We ought to make you walk the plank.
Look.
Callahan, get some rope.
Look!
Lads, please!
Callahan! Look! The moon. It's gone.
No!
Where the hell are these clouds coming from?
They're covering the whole sky!
Take us around, lads. All hands! Can't see a damn thing through this fog. Llewellyn, up to the crow's nest, blower. You're my eyes now.
Aye, aye, sir.
But hold fast. Be ready to ride with the devil, lads.
Wave!
That was a giant!
Callahan, keep a firm hold on the sheets. Watch your footing, lads.
The rigging's all burnt to cinders. The mast can't bear the weight.
We struck something port side!
Babaloo, get below. Survey the damage.
Aye, aye, sir.
The wind's too strong! I can't hold it alone!
All hands! All hands on deck!
Wave!
We're taking on water.
The mainmast is breaking apart!
I need every hand to help pull! Oh, man! Pull! That's the way, lads! Damn it, old man, I need your help to pull!
The mast!
It's coming down!
Get out of the way!
All of us cast into the sea like skipping stones. The old man went over starboard, and we went over port. And before a man could tell which was the sky and which was the sea, he was swimming in one or another. And there, over the broken hull of our ship, we could just make out the hands of our captain as he disappeared beneath the waves. He sank. Down, 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 and down. And as he sank, he looked up at the great hole in the sky, where once had been the moon.
I'm sorry.
Isn't it just like the sea to come between you and me? Out on the water you'd be, as I watch with anxiety. You'd say, don't hate the sea from the shore. The ocean was here long before. The land, take my hand. Come out here with me. But of course I never leave.
Hello? 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 Ah! Who are you?
That's just what I didn't mean to do. Frighten you like that. I've been watching you sleep, and I thought, let him sleep. There's plenty of time for introductions. Hello!
Where am I?
Don't know, it's dark.
It's wet.
I was gonna say that! Dark and wet. What's that? Ah! Just kidding. It's a cake I made for you to welcome you. And look, lemons. A whole crate of them came in with you. Good thing, too, because we can't actually eat the cake. It's just some sticks in a bucket. Oh no, your face! You must be so confused. Lord knows I was. Where am I? Where am I? A fish. We're inside the belly of a giant fish. I think perhaps a tuna.
Am I dreaming?
They have been known to get pretty large.
Wake up, you damn fool! You don't have time for dreaming.
All right, steady now.
I'm in a fish!
I know, isn't it terrible?
I have to get out!
Well, the sentiment is admirable.
There's gotta be a way. It has gills, a blowhole.
No, not a whale. See there, that giant wishbony looking thing? A whale would have tons of them, like a rib cage.
Where's the mouth?
Over there, I think. Up that tube. But don't imagine I haven't thought of that. I've thought of everything. Escape out the mouth, escape out the other less pleasant way.
I can't be here.
Look, you're still adjusting to life inside the fish. It's best to forget about the idea of escape now. You will eventually. Time blunts the sharpest ambitions.
How long have you been down here?
Oh, a long time. But the trick is to not give much thought to the past or the future. Just look around you, look at your circumstances, give them a good hard eyeballing, and then think, here I am, and here I be, and so shall I stay till I ain't no more.
To hell with that, I'm getting out.
Oh, but it's a lost cause. Besides, it's like they say in the song. No one ever escapes from the belly of a fish.
What song?
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Dear all my friends, to whom I now lend the words that you read, should you ever receive them, leave me to God, for I'll return not. I'm all alone, only me and my bones in the dark episode of a prison fish.
Oh, there you are. What's on the docket for today, old man?
Build a fire.
Good idea. What's the fire do?
Get some hot embers burning.
Of course, and then we take the hot embers and...
Forge a blade. Cut my way out.
Oh, that seems like a lot of effort to me. It's best to know what you stand to gain before applying yourself too liberally. It might be better if you drive to
damn it all!
Are you all right?
If you are going to prattle on and not do a lick of good for anyone, that is your decision. But if you start
offering suggestions,
being a damned nuisance.
Fair enough. I'm sorry.
You should be sorry. You're gonna die down here. I'm going to die down here. I'm never gonna see my wife again. She'll go traipsing across the world, heedless of all the hell she's put me through. We had a wonderful life. So many years. She just threw it all away. Couldn't she see how happy we were?
Sounds like she wasn't.
What?
Happy.
What would you know about that?
She must be quite a person for you to have come this far for her.
Aye.
The last time I saw my wife, she asked me not to leave.
You have a wife?
Oh, yes, well, had a wife. I don't have anything anymore.
What made you leave?
Oh, I left her dozens of times. That was just my way back then. Onward towards something. The golden cabbage of Saigoon, the doomed ark of King Spencer, the city of the light.
What did you say?
The golden cabbage of Saigoon.
No, the last one.
The city of the light. You've heard of it? A golden city at the end of the world, lit by liquid light.
Liquid light.
A damned will-o'-the-wisp. That's what led me here.
But the city is real.
Well, that's debatable. You see, I've always chalked it up to a nice bit of poetry until one day I stumbled across a painting in a cave, all glowing. The very paint seemed to be glowing.
What did it look like?
Well, that's easy. It looked a little something like this. Of course, this doesn't capture quite the grandeur of the original.
I know this place.
It gives you that feeling, doesn't it?
And you've been there?
No, but not for lack of searching. I scoured every inch of the sea before my crew finally had enough and chucked me overboard. Of course, it's occurred to me since that if the city really does exist, it's probably buried fathoms deep beneath the sea.
Underwater?
Well, that's enough of that. I don't like looking at this picture. It reminds me just how far away I really am from anything.
But you're not far at all. The only thing between you and your freedom is a few inches of fish.
And about 10 metric tons of water.
Don't you want to see your wife again?
Of course I want that.
Then you're closer than you've ever been between the two of us.
You have hope. I remember hope, and I remember what came after hope. I resigned myself to an existence without either. This is my punishment for a life lived selfishly.
If you believe that, you've got to keep trying. You owe it to your wife to keep trying.
That will never happen.
Why not?
She's long dead by now.
How long have you been down here?
A long time.
Well, I'm not giving up.
Tell my dear wife to make a new life, for she deserves more than her husband affords her. Tell my young son, if still he be young, let him not join the rebels, but fight like the devil and gather his petals while he may. But at your leisure, I never was one much for pleasure, and now I find that it cares not for me either.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's a pretty tune.
My wife used to sing it before she left, before I drove her away. If only I'd listened to her. But it's too late now.
Coming around to hopelessness, are you? It really is for the best.
I'm not giving up.
Oh, 'cause seeing you just now lying on your back, humming like a lunatic, I naturally assume.
I'm thinking.
I see.
If only I had my tools. Something to cut with, or to pry with, to build a fire. Oh, wish I had a knife, or a bit of flint. I wish.
Oh, hello, up and at 'em.
That's it.
What's it?
I know how to get us out of here. You see that bone? The one with the 2 black ends on it? If we pull that bone at the same time, the whole fish comes apart like that. But I can't do it alone. I need your help.
I've already told you
The
that's
ends are too far for me to reach.
I don't care.
Stop wallowing in self-pity and do something.
Right. I've had enough. Before you came along, I was content. Not happy, not sad, but peaceful. Do you know how long it took for me to achieve that? To learn to forget the past, to simply be. But with you around, it's like I'm reliving it all over again.
We can be back to the surface by supper, back to the world.
There is no world. This is all there is.
It may seem that way to you.
You've asked me how long I've been down here. Long enough to go mad, many times. To try every method of escape 1,000 times. To lose hope 1,000 times. Long enough to die.
What are you talking about?
You really are quite slow in the uptake.
You're
dead. Yes, good and dead. A ghost, if you will.
But you can't be dead. What makes you think you're dead?
2 decades without food or fresh water strikes me as fairly substantial evidence.
But I can touch you.
Think back. Have you ever actually tried? Go on.
Well, it doesn't matter whether you're mad or dead or inside out or upside down. You can understand this. There's a way out. We can escape.
To what? There's nothing out there for me.
What of your family? Your wife may be gone, but
I'm the last of my line. And it's for good reason, too. The McWallander name dies with me.
What name was that?
Pericles Llewellyn McWallander. And you can have it. It's no good to me anymore.
Pericles Llewellyn McWallander?
That's right.
First Lieutenant Pericles Llewellyn McWallander.
Yes, I don't see why that's funny.
There is a remarkable story I will tell you one day. But as for reason for escaping, how's that?
A hat?
Your hat.
My hat? Oh, so it is. That's my insignia.
Yes. And you know who gave me that hat?
I really don't.
Your grandson.
My grandson?
Yes. And he knows all about you. Everyone does. You're a legend, Perry.
What's his name?
What's his name? Mickey. His name is Mickey.
Mickey McWallander?
Yes. And he's alive and well. And I believe there isn't anything he'd love more than to finally meet his granddaddy.
I don't know what'll happen to me if I escape from here. Once I'm out, I don't know. I'm tied to this place.
Look around you, Perry. Isn't anything better than this? There are people waiting for us.
All right.
All right?
I'll help you.
Oh, good man, Lieutenant, good man.
Now I am alone.
Grab a hold there.
Just me and my bones.
And on the count of 3, we'll pull as hard as we can.
Me and my bones, and the bones that belong to
Brace yourself.
The soldiers
Who died.
before me.
1, 2, 8. What?
Will you take this to him? To Mickey?
You can take it to him yourself.
I think it's best if you bring it to him. Tell him to make his grandfather proud.
All right, Lieutenant. You ready?
Ready?
we sing now together in 3. La-da-da, la-da-da-da-da, la-da-da-da, la-da-da-da-da-da.
How many hours, days, weeks did the old man spend in the belly of the fish? Long enough. For the world he emerged into was a changed world. A moonless world.
Lieutenant! Lieutenant! Lieutenant Perry! Lieutenant! No.
Without the moon in the sky to keep the tides in line, the world had fallen into chaos. Huge storm fronts rolled across the landscape, cracking the sky with lightning and lifting great spouts of water from the earth.
What have I done?
The old man was marooned on a tiny island, not much larger than the belly of the fish had been. It was extremely hot.
Out of the belly of a fish into a fryer. Oh, hello. How'd you get here, huh? Didn't walk, I assume. Hey, do you fetch? Oh, all right. Go on then. My, you're a boring animal. Even worse than a giant fish. Nashville? Oh, get a good sniff, eh? That's the smell of an idiot who let the whole world fall apart for his own selfish reasons. See, if an old man dies on a desert island, it doesn't mean much to the world, but the moon, that's a whole other kettle of fish. Oh, good girl. Oh, goodness, you've come around, have you? You're a good dog anyways. Not one to give up on the ghost. Now, I haven't escaped an underwater prison for the privilege to die on dry land. So what do you say? Will you help me build a boat? Oh, good girl. Well, come on then.
Sidestep the creaks and the cracks of my broken smile.
Light me a gate for my path if you'll stay a while.
Break the tide line with a downturned face from the spray.
If she is the swell by my side, then I am the wave. I crash on the board. I crash on the board.
The old man sailed swiftly through the day and night, and as he sailed, the waters around him dwindled down to a vapor, until at last he was laid aground in the middle of a vast desert where once had been the sea.
Never mind. We'll walk.
There is a pull on a pull in a well over time. If she is my cup on a rope, then I'll be just fine. I'll pay down my debts and upturn my charge to the sky. For no man's estate without learning first to ask why. I crash on the board. I crash on the board.
If only I had a drink. Water. Oh, what's this? No, it's getting wet. Whoa.
Get a hand under his head. Don't let it knock about.
I'm not letting it knock about.
I'm watching you right now, letting it knock about.
It is not. It's bobbing slightly, if anything.
Semantics, just like you to defend yourself with semantics.
Oh, God, would you please just...
Oh, no!
Well, now you've dropped him.
Help me!
I'm sure he's dead now. Lay him down here.
Easy now.
There we are.
Fuel.
Check.
Ballast.
Check.
Bartley, take us up.
Check. Up we go.
And we're off.
Who are you?
Hello, how are you feeling?
How's your head?
A bit sore.
Aha!
It feels as if the ground's moving.
Yes, well...
We're flying!
Yes.
In the air!
Welcome aboard. The air balloon.
Dirigible.
Nobody knows what that means!
It means air balloon!
I didn't catch your name.
Solomon.
Bartley. Solomon and Bartley Montgolfier.
At your service. I'm Solomon and that's Bartley in the engine room. And who, may I inquire, have we had the pleasure of scooping out of the desert and saving from a slow death by dehydration?
Me? I'm the old man.
Well, that's cryptic.
Quite. What direction are we headed?
West from Malafria, along the 42nd parallel. I'm afraid we can't turn back if that's what you were wondering. The world's gone to bits and we're the only ones that seem to be doing anything about it.
What are you doing?
Probably dying.
Investigating! Observing. Determining cause, measuring effect. There's no better vantage point than from an air balloon.
Dirigible.
Air balloon! Hold on.
Steady.
Strong updraft, I don't like that.
Have you seen anyone else? Below, I mean.
No. Why?
I'm looking for my wife.
Another rescue, is it? Well, I'm afraid we're already overburdened as it is with just the 4 of us aboard.
4?
4.
Where did you find her?
She's the one that led us to you, and not a moment too soon.
You ate monkey weed.
Potent stuff, knocks you right out.
Solomon, lightning sphere, get down!
Get down! These storms have been getting worse and worse, but if there's a meteorological explanation, I'm stumped. Pure chaos, that's all this is. The laws of nature out the window.
It's the moon.
What's that?
It's because the moon's been left unfilled. That's the reason for all of this.
Interesting.
Curious.
Provocative.
Improbable.
Possible.
Well, it's better than anything we've come up with.
Allowing that your hypothesis is correct.
What is the remedy?
Fill the moon.
With what?
Liquid light.
Of course! And where might one find liquid light?
The city of light.
Where else? And where is this city?
West. We're going the right way.
Are we? Because it looks to me like we're headed straight into a giant storm front.
Everything's converging! All the storms into one!
Bartley, get us out of here!
No, wait! Through the clouds, something's glowing.
Glowing?
Lightning?
It's the city.
Solomon, he's right, look there!
I don't believe it.
It's quite beautiful.
Hello up there! We hate to be inconveniencing you, but do you have any room for us on that giant flying bubble basket?
Llewellyn, is that you? Captain? Take us down.
Certainly not. The storm's getting bigger.
We have to get to the light. There's no time.
They'll die if we don't help them. Take us down.
Damn it all! Here they come! There's not enough fuel. You'll have to jump. You want us to jump? Get ready, lads. Where's Mabaloo?
Can't they slow down a little bit? Come on, Mabaloo!
Now!
Jump!
Slipping!
Mabaloo! Take my hand!
I can't reach!
I've got him. Someone help me pull!
Captain!
Oh, it's good to see you all alive and well.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Gentlemen.
Lucy?
That? It couldn't possibly be.
I think it is.
Lucy!
It nearly brings me to tears.
Well, excuse me! But have you all forgotten so quickly? Don't you remember all the trouble he's caused us?
Aye, but he's helping us now.
Bartley, we're not gaining any altitude.
You think I don't know that, Solomon?
Get more fuel.
A novel idea.
I know I led you wrong, Llewellyn, and I'm sorry for it, but just now...
Just now, we're headed into the middle of the storm to end all storms.
Here we go again!
Bartley, get us out of here.
No, we've got to keep going. We're almost there.
Almost where?
The city at the end of the world.
No! Don't believe him! It's a lie! It's the same lie he's been telling us since the beginning!
Take us on, Bartley.
There's too much weight. We'll have to lose the dog.
You touch Lucy and I'll kill you!
Leave the dog. I'm going.
No! The old man fell. And as he fell, he thought of the moon, of the many years he'd kept it full, unchanging. He thought of his wife and their love, unchanging. The old man fell. And after he fell, he stood up and he looked around him.
The city of light.
Memory. It sleeps. Forever, maybe. Until a spark lights a candle, casts a shadow on the wall in the shape of a thing you know you've seen before. The old man passed through the streets of a city buried by time and sea. And he began to remember. It came to him like a tale he'd heard long ago, familiar but strange. There once was a young man who lived in a city built into the base of a magnificent cliffside. This was before there was a moon in the sky. At night, the world was a dark, dangerous place beset by storms and chaos. But not inside the city, for it was lit from beneath by a wellspring of liquid light. The people of the city bottled the light. They hung it in lanterns, painted their houses with it. The light sustained and protected them.
But something changed.
A great cloud appeared above the city, and for the first time it began to rain in the city of light.
And it didn't stop raining.
It rained and rained. The waters rose until it had become a raging deluge. The young man watched as the people of the city were carried off by the flood.
I was alone, with the rain tearing everything away.
The young man ran to the fountain where the liquid light sprung from the cliffside. He filled the bucket with the light, and with the floodwaters biting at his heels, began to climb.
I had to keep it safe.
But the light was too heavy. He couldn't outrun the flood. It caught him up and tore him from the cliffside. The young man clutched the bucket of light, shielding it against his chest. He was sure he would drown, sunk like a stone. But instead,
I was lifted. Take my hand.
By a pair of hands belonging to a very handsome young woman.
She was beautiful.
Both hands. Let go of that bucket.
I can't!
You'll drown if you don't.
Then take it! The young woman lifted the bucket into her little boat, followed by the young man.
Are you all right? Now, what is in this bucket that's so important you let yourself drown?
The young woman peered into the bucket.
You saved some of it.
I had to keep it safe.
The young woman looked at the bucket and then up into the sky.
There.
She said, pointing.
We'll hang it in the sky to keep it safe.
And so, I built a lantern, and she built a tall ladder.
And together we climbed into the sky and hung the lantern there, filled to the brim with liquid light. And from that high place we looked down And the light of the moon shone on the earth and on the raging sea, and the waters calmed.
It's the light. The rain became a drizzle. The drizzle became a dew. And the young man and young woman climbed back down the ladder to see what had become of the world below.
Everything was gone. Everyone was gone. Except for the two of us.
And on that first night of the new moon, the young man and young woman held each other close and danced to the music the wind made as it whistled against the cliffside.
Such a beautiful song.
And no one but the wind to sing it.
Let's leave tomorrow. We'll take the boat, go out exploring.
I will do just that.
And so, the young man and young woman got into their little boat and were just setting off when the young man heard a sound. You see, the young man was not a master craftsman, and he'd left a crack in the basin of the lantern that could not be mended.
What choice did I have?
He stayed behind to watch over the moon and to keep it full.
She stayed to help me.
And together they built a small house on the edge of the cliffside. And the years passed. But every day, the young man made the young woman the same promise.
I made her a promise.
Until they'd both grown so old that the promise was forgotten.
I made her a promise.
The old man turned to the cliffside and began to climb.
Oh, where are we going? Said the brown dog to the hen. But just because they were animals doesn't mean they couldn't happen then. Oh, where
end of the world. It doesn't have to end, does it? It just keeps going round and round and round, and I've come back around to it. She's come home. That was a long walk, wasn't it?
It keeps us young. Will you take tea?
I will, thank you.
Do you remember the day we met?
I do. I made you a promise.
We made a promise.
To have an adventure.
Aye.
Why didn't you wait for me? I would have come eventually.
Would you have, though? I heard the tune and I had to follow.
I heard it too. Not till you sang it. Now, finish your tea and we'll go for a walk.
What have we just done? We've gone round the whole world now. Your memory's getting to be worse and worse.
Aye. By boat, then.
Aye. But what of the moon?
Hello?
Llewellyn.
Hello? Is anybody there?
Llewellyn!
Who's that?
Pack your things, love. Go down to the dock and I'll be right there.
Hello? Is anybody home?
Llewellyn.
Oh, Captain! It is you.
Are the lads with you, By?
They're on their way back to town. It's a miracle. We're back home.
Reliable, steady-handed, level-headed Llewellyn. I've got a favor to ask you.
And so, the old man told the boy his story. And when he was finished, explained what it was he wished the boy to do. Well, the boy thought for a moment, and then nodded solemnly, saying,
I will undertake it.
The old man shook the boy's hand.
Good man.
I won't let the moon out of my sight. It'll never lose a drop.
Llewellyn, it's all right for the moon to lose its light, but not always. It's good for it to go through its changes, as long as you're there to fill it when it runs empty. Lay a wide gate, Llewellyn. Lay your eyes on as much of the world as you can see.
I'll remember that, sir.
One more thing. This hat belongs to a boy in town. His name is Mickey. Tell him to make his grandfather proud.
The old man joined the old woman on the dock. And together they stepped off of the land and into the sea. And then they were off, sailing to the point where the sea meets the night sky. And as they sailed, the full moon swung low to meet them. And for a moment it seemed they to be borne aloft the earthly waters, as they drifted instead upon the radiance of the moon's glow, as Llewellyn looked on.
I never knew Lieutenant Pericles Llewellyn McWallander, but I think he would have been proud to have you as an imposter.
And then they were off. So there you have it. Story of how the moon came to be the way we know it now, waxing and waning. I think I'll always be partial to a full moon, the way it fills the sky, as though it always has and always will. Of course, it'll change by tomorrow.
throughout the world. And so we have a ceremony, and there are 6 of them. So it's going to take a minute, but that's okay. And apparently in 2 years, 3 years? 3 years. 2 years. 2 years. 3 years, there's 11 of them. So the first person that we are going to honor, though, tonight is going to be Liz. Liz came to us in Songs for a New World, and was this amazing and very much Liz in all of the hat wearing, most amazing Songs for a New World-ness, and I'm so thankful that you were with us with Electra, and now Songs for a New, now with the Old Man and the Old Moon. You really brought such amazing work to Perry, and Liz was always the person who could, whenever we needed something from somebody, Liz would always raise their hand. And it was just an unbelievable gift to give to the rest of this cast, to have somebody that was so supportive of everybody else. So Liz is heading off to MTSU, and we're so excited for the work that's going to be happening in your life. So we're so thankful. All right, the next one is Benton. Okay, Benton, here you go. Oh, thank you. Yes. So, Benton. Oh, yeah, you got my scarf. Benton has been an incredible cast member who has joined us with Electra, like when we came out of the pandemic. And the Aslans, both his sister and himself, have been such an unbelievable pair to join this company. But Benton I was able to hang with for a couple of years. And it's been an unbelievable journey because Benton started with us in Electra. He's always been an unbelievable rock. He has been a person that people can rely on. He has this air about him that's just easy. And he's just like free and easy. But I think that you put that on because you're working so hard on the inside. And I notice that, and we see you working so hard. And I challenge you, my friend, to just take the time for you, right? That's such an important aspect of life. And I wrote this down because I forgot all of where you guys are going to college. Hold on, let me pull this up. Okay, great. So, Benton is going to be going to the University of Rochester, and he's going to be studying international relations. This was a really challenging role for Benton to play. It plays absolutely against his part. He has done, or his size and his, you know what I mean? Like, he's playing this little innocent child, and Llewellyn, child, I don't know. Anyway, you really played him well, and it just speaks to your sense of wonder and your sense of self, and how much we love you is kind of boundless. So thank you so much for being a part of this, and thank you so much for being here. It's not that they're all hard, but they're like when we go down the line, they've just been here for even longer. So it's like I've seen them come from being like 6 years old and all the things. So, okay, so the next one is for Maddie. Okay, so Maddie is an unbelievable performer. She is a physical mover. She steps into spaces and owns them. She started with us in Songs for a New World and did this beautiful dance throughout the entire piece, but specifically, and it's right there. And it's really, it's not the only thing you're known for. But she is an incredible her that is so abundantly strong, and you have such poise, and you have such amazing sense of what is needed and how you can help. And you have a real gift in that. So we are going to be so sad to see you go from this process, because you're going to Samford University to study musical theater with a minor in dance. So it's been a pleasure to work with you, and I really love you a whole lot. So thank you. Okay, keep it together, Mr. Collin. All right, the next one. Next one is Daniel. Okay. All right, so Daniel started working with us all the way in the Junior Arts Company, where he was Daddy Warbucks. He was Daddy Warbucks in Annie Jr. And this tiny little kid stepped into this role, and we were having conversations with him about, like, well, this is what it's like to, like, love a child, and, like, all these things, while he was, like, a kid himself. And he was always game. Daniel's always game, and he is kind and generous and has a beautiful heart and an unbelievable love for his castmates and the work that he does. He dedicates so much work and time to this craft, and that's why he's going to USC to study the California one. So the University of Southern California, to study theater with an emphasis in musical theater. And Daniel, Miss Alicia's worked with you a whole bunch of times. Mr. Sean has worked with you a whole bunch of times, and I've gotten to work with you. I have been able to work with you twice. And in every moment you think about what is needed, you step into it and you trust. And that is such a gift as a director and as a friend. And I know that so many of the people in this cast really look up to you in the work that you're doing and the presence that you are on and off stage. And we're just so thankful for the work here and the amazing things you're going to be doing out there. So, thank you again. You notice that the frames are also getting bigger. So this is for Sonia.
Dear.
All right, Sonia, it's heavy. Right. Sonia also started with us in Annie Jr. The thing about Sonia is that I don't know how to say this in a better, she's kind of like the mother of this group. She takes care of people. She makes sure that they are heard and listened to and cared for. Sonia is not just a great person up here on the stage who fully embodies her characters and steps into roles and does things that I'm always challenging her to do, and she's always willing and she's always ready and she always wants to take the leap, and she does it, and she trusts people. But the thing about Sonia is that she cares about everybody up here so deeply and profoundly, and she has such a light. It's such a light, Sonia. And it's such an amazing gift that you give to not only this company, but to your family and this theater family, and you have to just keep coming back. And Sonia is going to be going to Emory University, thank you. Yeah, Sonia's going to be going to Emory University. Now, she's currently undecided, which I love, because I was undecided when I went into college, okay? There's so much to explore and so much to discover. And that is so much about you, is you love to explore and discover and see how you fit and how you can change things. and you do it really beautifully. So, just keep being you, Sonia. You're an amazing human, and you'll continue to be an amazing human. So, thank you, Sonia. This is literally the first time that we've had to have 2 frames, because the max is 12, and that's what Sonia has been in, and so we had to do a couple more for Lytle, because Lytle has been coming ever since she was like 7, 8 years old, and Lytle was another one with like a fox hat. And would wear them and would wear her fox hat proudly in our theater Voyager classes, and I was her teacher during that time, and then she got to step into their junior productions, both in Annie Jr. and Aladdin and High School Musical and James and the Giant Peach and all the things, and Lytle just keeps coming back to do the work. Frozen. Lytle was also, she was one of the inspirations, honestly, for us doing Failure Love Story this past spring. And she also was one of the reasons why we did this piece. Because we needed a piece that not only could support all of my seniors, but also was a piece that celebrated all of these individuals while being the first musical. So it could be a nice, gentle introduction into all of the things that tick a lot of boxes. But Failure honestly led me to this one. And Lytle works exceptionally hard. Lytle is a person who scoops people up. I can't tell you how many people in this company specifically that feel like they're part of this company because of Lytle. Lytle is such an amazing person to work with. She takes notes, and she moves past them, and she works in such a beautiful way, and Lytle, I just can't tell you how much of an influence on my life that you have made because of your generosity and kindness. You are by far one of the most joyful, loving, and generous people that I have come to know and love so much. And I know that all of your teachers just deeply care about you. So, Lytle is going to be going to... Lytle's going to... Columbia College in Chicago, where she will be studying acting with a minor in stage combat. Lytle, we're so thankful for you, and Lytle, I just have to say, lay a wide gate and see as much of the world as you can. Okay, so friends, these are our seniors, and let's give them a standing round of applause. But now it's, as with theater, we have it, and then, it's fun. But it'll always be with us, right? It'll always be with us, as will all of these amazing people. So thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for indulging us in this moment. Especially if you're like, I just came to see a show. But we thank you so much for joining us here at NCT. We hope to see you again. And friends, thank you so much for this show. I will hold on to this one for a long time. All right, thank you so much.